This is actually really interesting, right? So in the video that they're commenting on, we were talking about money supply growth, and that anytime we've had some sort of financial crisis in this country, the money supply growth has been less than negative 2%. So it was actually like dropping below that 0% mark. But we didn't see this in 2008. So why didn't we? So the money supply growth being negative is in terms of deflation and not necessarily recession. Now, those two are usually used hand in hand, but there are differences. So a recession is a noticeable decline in economic activities in a country in 2 consecutive quarters. A recession occurs just after an economy's peak of activity, so 2008. And deflation is more of like an overtime type of thing. And in the initial stages, it seems great for consumers because we can get goods at like lower prices, and a drop in prices makes consumers want that. However, this leads to a drop in product demand, hence slowing business growth. And this results in a recession. Now, this still begs the question, why prices didn't plummet during the Great Recession. So this article talks about missing deflation, or that the inflation did not dip into negative territory for more than a few months at the depths of the crisis. And they're comparing it to the Great Depression with sharp price drops during an economic downturn. So the argument is that the financial crisis at the onset of the Great Recession really propped up inflation, and the unusually high cost of borrowing in the late 2008 and 2009 time, indicated by elevated corporate bond spreads, put pressure on cash-poor businesses and prevented them from cutting prices. And they actually, demonstrated the major effect that this financial wedge had on the entire economy during this period. And when they removed the unusually high cost of borrowing from their model, a much milder recession results with a smaller drop in output and no sharp increase in unemployment happens. So just showing this money supply growth chart again, and looking at the 1870s banking crisis, depression in 1921, Great Depression, and then now. So yeah, we're seeing that negative 2% deflationary type thing right now. But I see we're also seeing what happened in the 2008 recession, where those high corporate bond, spreads, and then also cash poor businesses that probably can't cut prices. So I don't know what we're seeing right now. It feels like we're seeing both. We're seeing deflation and a recession at the same time, and it's interesting to see how this is going to pan out.